After 3 weeks, police are clearing out demonstrators who ascended on the nation's capital to protest COVID restrictions, vaccines, and government. We go live now to Adrian Ghobrial, who's been on the ground in Ottawa. Adrian, it's been a tense day on the streets. What can you tell us about the situation there?
Yeah, it has definitely been a tense day, almost a surreal scene here, a mass mobilization like we've never seen before in our nation's capital. It's been a battle for position between protesters and police all day. Now we're here right now, we're at Queen and Bank. You can see behind me there's protesters, many of them celebrating, there's music playing, still a joyous occasion for many protesters though. On the front lines, a very different story today. As I mentioned, they were battling for position. Now what you can't see is on the other side of these protesters are police, and they're holding the line and they're keeping protesters off of Wellington Street. That's the home of Parliament Hill, and that's where the main fight for position was had today.
Officers mount an offensive never seen before in our nation's capital, choking out an occupation while clearing Ottawa's historic Wellington Street, the home of Canadian democracy. Many on the front line gasping for air and coughing after an irritant is deployed each time police mobilize to push protesters back, though just who fired the noxious fumes remains unclear. Ottawa police report that they never shot tear gas into the crowd.
You ready to be arrested today?
If I have to be, I have to be. I don't want to, but...
I am concerned I'm next, but I'm not leaving. I'm staying here. I'm standing in the front line. If they take me, they take me.
Since just before 10 a.m. this morning, this is what police have been doing. They've been pushing back protesters block by block. We're now right in front of Parliament, and this is more or less the last stand of the Freedom Convoy. Other protesters have been pushed down side streets out of the heart of what has been the main space for the demonstration.
Sucks, yeah, sucks for you too.
As smoke from canisters is deployed, heavily armed police claim the riser at the heart of the trucker convoy on Wellington, while on the ground, multiple people are hauled into custody.
Pushing, smacking in the face with their sticks. Yeah, all of a sudden they start smacking in the face, pushing by. We're telling them not to, and just tackled them, took them down, handcuffed them and took them away.
We've been very clear from the beginning, as this has escalated and as protesters have not heeded the urging, the warnings, and then the direction to leave our streets, that we would need to escalate in our tactics. That is what you're seeing us engaged in, to ultimately remove people who are refusing to leave.
As heavily armed police surround a camper parked in front of the Parliament buildings, the sweep of Wellington Street continues. Along the way, windows smashed and trunks emptied as officers clear out protesters along the way.
This is the last stand of protesters on Wellington Street. They've already been pushed past Parliament Hill. We're now at Wellington and Bank. You can see protesters. There's hundreds of them here. Some protesters lined up way up high. They've climbed up the Bank of Canada Museum, that side bridge there. You can see over here we have the mounted unit as well. Police from multiple divisions. Police now asking us to step back. It looks like they're going to mobilize.
Hundreds of officers arrived to push back this final crowd south on Bank Street. For the first time in 23 days, the occupation on Wellington Street in Ottawa is no more.
Implore all the protesters who remain there, go home. This occupation is now over.
Saying things may be over might be premature. As you can see, many protesters are here right now, and there's police lined up on multiple streets through downtown Ottawa where protesters and police are still face to face. Now, what will happen later tonight into tomorrow, that remains to be seen. In Ottawa, I'm Adrian Ghobrial.